Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl, Jay Hendy, with another new video, and for this video, I thought I would do a story time. I really like doing story times because there are just kind of so many things that have happened in my life, and I get to tell you guys about it. So, I was doing a lot of thinking about this story, and I thought, okay, like, why not? So, I'm going to tell you guys about the time my car was totaled, and before I tell you guys this story, I'm not trying to be like dramatic in any way, being like, oh my god, like my car was totaled. No. I am not trying to be like that. I'm just telling you guys a story, and I pretty much told like all my friends about this, and they all know. So for those of you who already know about this and don't really want to watch it, you can click out, go ahead. But for those of you who want to watch this, keep watching. And yeah, let's get into this story. So this story kind of took place after my 18th birthday. And so when I turned 18, my mom thought it would be a cool idea to find me and my siblings a car to share. So literally like a day after I turned 18, me and my mom just started looking at cars, and we went to like 4 different dealerships. And then like a month later, my dad's friend had a car that was sitting in his garage for like 4 years. And my dad saw the car. My dad's friend thought about giving the car to us, and he did. He did decide to give the car to us, and he had a 2010 Volkswagen Jetta, and it was Wolfsburg Edition. I have no idea what Wolfsburg Edition is, but I don't think that's a thing anymore. So yeah, he decided to give us the car, and I thought I was gonna have to wait a week to get it, but it actually took like a few days. We still had to like pay for it, and yeah, so when we first got it, we were all really happy. I just couldn't believe that we were having 3 cars in our driveway, and that's pretty much like all the cars that can fit in my driveway. I can only fit like 3 cars in my driveway. So in that moment, I just couldn't believe that we had 3 cars in our driveway. And then, so we have the car, and I'm not really sure like who's driven it the most. I think maybe my dad has driven that car like the most, because like he's like the one that found it, and like he's kind of the one that got it registered. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I get it, like he can drive that car as much as I can. There's nothing really I can do about it. And yeah, so we were just like really happy that we had it. And I think like when my cousins saw it like on Instagram or something, they're like, oh my god, like that's such a cool car. So yeah, and then like a few weeks later, or maybe like a month later, I don't even know, a few months later, that car was parked on the side of the road in front of my house. Usually with my driveway, whenever like my mom or my dad has to like use one of their cars, they kind of want me to like, whichever car is parked last, they want me to move that car out of the driveway so that way they can like come out. And I pretty much like do this a lot. So anyway, that car was, the Volkswagen was parked on the side of the road in front of my house, and I'm not really sure who parked it there. I don't really, yeah, I don't really remember who parked it there, but it was not me. I can tell you that. It wasn't me because I didn't really like go out a lot where I would have to drive. Usually I would have like my friend's parents pick me up or whatever, but I did not park that car on the side of the road. I don't know who did to this day, but anyway, that car was just parked on the side of the road, and I remember getting ready for school one morning, and I heard like a really loud crash, like someone had gotten into a car accident. And right when I heard that, I literally like said to my dad, "Did you hear that?" And I don't really remember what he said. I think maybe he did or maybe he didn't. And like a second later, my sister came down the stairs and she said like the same exact thing I did. Like she said, "Did anyone hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I heard that." And then I can kind of see like through my living room window. I think like even though like the blinds were kind of closed, I could still kind of see through the window, and I had seen that like my car had been shifted. Like it was parked. My car was parked, and I could see that it had been shifted. Like it had been moved. And I thought I was going crazy there for a second. And then I see my neighbor running to my front door. And I'm like, "Dad, get the door, get the door." So he gets the door, it's my neighbor, and I think like my neighbor said like, "Oh, like someone had totaled your car," like. And then my dad just went outside, saw the car, and he knew that in that moment that my car was totaled. So he calls the cops, and so he calls the cops and everything. The cops come, and the person that had totaled my car, who had like drove into the back of my car, he lives like a block away from me, and let's see if I can come up with a fake name for him. We will call him Ray. Okay, so we will call him Ray. So apparently I think Ray was like, I don't know if he was speeding up. I live on a hill, so I don't know if he was speeding up the hill or if he was like on his phone or whatever and just didn't see our car. And he was driving like a big pickup truck, like a really big pickup truck. And I don't really know what he was doing. I don't know if he was on his phone or if he was speeding and just wasn't paying attention. But apparently I was like overhearing my dad talking to the cops, and I think like my dad said that Ray had like taken off, but Ray had like, he came back, and they were pretty much talking about like what had happened. And then my sister goes outside, she starts taking pictures of the car, and my mom was also out of town when this happened, so my sister is like taking pictures of the car and sending it to my mom and just pretty much telling her what happened. And when I was getting ready to leave for school, I like walked out of my house and there was a tow truck there, and I just saw the car getting towed, and I just could not believe it. And then later that day, I had asked my dad what's gonna happen, like, are we gonna get it fixed? And he had told me, no, we are not gonna get it fixed, and that we were never gonna see that car again. And after that, I was just like really upset. And also, I had cheer tryouts coming up literally like the next day. I had like 3 days of like cheer tryouts, and I was like, oh my god, like how am I gonna focus at tryouts after this? So cheer tryouts come, I'm like trying to like get my mind off of this whole thing that had just happened. And after day 1 of tryouts, I had texted my coach saying, hey, if I had seemed distracted today, just wanted to let you know that my car was totaled, and I'm just like really upset about it. And she texted me back saying, I'm really sorry about your car. The important thing is that no one got hurt. You know, accidents do happen, and yeah, so, and then the day after that, I had the state test. So I had the state test the day after that, and you know, I was just taking the test, and my physics teacher was in the room, and I had emailed him about like my car getting totaled, just like let him know like if I seemed distracted or anything, you know, that's what happened. So as I was like doing my test, he was like on his computer, and he kind of like walks up to me. He's like, "Julia, I'm really sorry about your car." He's like, "Was anybody inside?" I'm like, "No, no one was inside." And that's also something I forgot to mention. No one was inside the car while it was being totaled. Just letting you all know, you know, nobody was hurt, thank goodness. So yeah, so I was telling my physics teacher that no one was in the car, and he's like, "Okay, well, if you need anything, I'm here." So yeah, and then at lunch I start telling my friend Nicole about what had happened. I kind of wanted to give it like a day or two and then tell her, because like it had just happened. And so yeah, I told Nicole about what happened. She like felt really bad for me, and yeah, and then like it was day 2 of tryouts, still trying to like get my mind off of this whole thing that had just happened. And then it was day 3 of tryouts, which was the final day, and I had ended up making varsity cheer, so yay me. So yeah, after I came back from Ireland and Italy, my family and I had gotten money from the insurance, so that way we can like buy a new car. And so we kind of just like looked around, and then we came across this dealership in my area. So me and my dad went there. We saw this really nice car, and it was the 2008 Mercedes-Benz. And then me and my family, we were driving by there the next day, literally, and we all saw that car, and my mom was like, "That's a really nice car," and my dad starts telling her about it, and then I think like a week or 2 later, we had gotten that car. We had gotten the Mercedes, and my dad and my brother brought it down when we were on vacation, and all my cousins were like, "Oh my god, like that's such a cool car." At first, like they didn't even know like whose car it was, but then when I told them that like it was me and my siblings' car, they were like, "Really? That's your car?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's our car." And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this story. Also, if you guys want to see a tour of my new car, please let me know in the comments below. And also subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and hit those notifications, that way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And that's pretty much all I have to say, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Peace!